Welcome to TeachMeet Sunderland. My name's Leon Sish. I'm an educational consultant. My website is Learn for Life, and I want to talk today about gaming. Gaming education. Not using video games in education. There are a lot of people doing that. But using the elements that we use in games, or people like using in games, and the processes and the community activity in games, to take that engagement, interest and passion and put it into education, to take that jigsaw piece and find it and transplant it into our classrooms. So you might like to consider some of the things you're already doing, or maybe you're not doing in your classroom at the moment. And so 6 of the main things I've sort of tried to highlight in this presentation very quickly. The first one is mentoring. At the moment we have a summative assessment system in this country. What we need is a formative one. We need people to be able to mentor and help and coach each other. I'd refer people to Neil Hopkins's blog, where he gives plenty of examples of this and talks how to do it successfully. This is exactly what gamers do. They help each other. They show each other exactly what teachers should be doing to each other in a peer-to-peer effort. It's exactly what TeachMeets are about. How to do this? Well, you build a community of teaching and learning by scaffolding. What do you want to do? Do you want to just chunter along through your job, or do you want to get under the hood, get to learn about how to do it better with your teaching and learning? How can you raise your game, raise your expertise? What do you want to do today? Gamers do this all the time. They have whole infrastructure of learning around gaming, and those processes are what I'd like to outline tonight. Gamers make things transparent. They make things very easy to do by doing them for each other very clearly and very efficiently. They enable each other. Teaching enables learning, but learning also enables teaching. So because people play games all the time and they are learning how to do it, they do have a drive to show other people how to do it. There is a very strong community of showing and enabling and doing it in a very clear way in the gaming community. They build this scaffolding often in different ways. Often gamers will go to forums and they will talk about walkthroughs. That's where they walk through the game and make video records of the game, or they will demonstrate how to do a certain piece of the game and put it up on YouTube using things like screencasts. They will talk to each other through the game in real time as they are playing the game, reflecting on how they are doing it and what they are doing. How many people do that in the classroom? Talk through the process of what they are doing as they are doing it, making it transparent for everyone how they are doing it. It's a thought. Looking at the different things we have in games, there are things called hacks. People think hacks are just quick ways of getting through a game. Actually, they're not. They're bits of game that are broken that people find and highlight, showing that they've got the expertise in the game and they know where these bits and pieces are. So they're able to know the game so intimately they can point to the bits that don't work and exploit them or subvert them and show them for others. Cheats. At the lowest level, a cheat is just a simple simulation of how to do something. As I said before, lots of people make videos like this one, which is a walkthrough portal to find the cake. Basically, these are reflecting on how to do things. They're also sharing how to do things and using repetition, which is modeling how to do something again and again and again. And all these ways of communication are very transparent, very clear ways, pathways to learning. Underlying all this is the process of collaboration. What drives us to learn and help each other? Why do people help each other? What are the incentives, the triggers, the drivers for engagement? Often they're intrinsic. We want to do it because we get a buzz out of someone getting something out of learning. A lot of teachers go into teaching for that very reason. There's an underlying curiosity in the human spirit. Often there's a narrative or a story or a cultural context behind the game that draws people in, like sitting around the fire in ancient times, listening to a story, thinking about what happens next. Why haven't we got that in our classrooms? Often there are extrinsic rewards, badges, points, qualifications. Qualifications are just badges and points writ large, but they're achievement. They're a mark of having achieved something. People like that. You can have both these elements, but we've got to know how to build them into education in a fidelity, in a clear and genuine way that has fidelity. And people like challenge and aspirations to do better. They like to raise their game. And lastly, testing. We need to put these processes in place in the classroom and test them to see if they work. They do work in gaming, so how can you transplant them? Think about it. This could be action research. How can you make your classroom better by reconfiguring it? I'm not asking people to play games in the classroom. I'm asking people to take these processes and put them into the classroom as if they were games in order to trigger teaching and learning. Just something to think about in the next week or so. Thank you for listening.